mate, if you ain't getting this one, then this one's for you.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Ep3. And today, as you can see by the title, we've got some more parts for the EP3. Some more parts have arrived, and actually, I think for the last couple of videos, I've actually started this video in my apartment, but obviously that's due to more parts have arrived. We're closest to obviously completing the project on the EP3. I'm happy. I'm looking to go and get these parts obviously sorted out and put on the car as soon as possible to make it better than obviously what it is and what it was. So without further ado, I'm gonna put the camera down and show you guys what I've actually got. What could this be then? Well, it's heavy, that's for sure. But let's get it unboxed and show you guys what it is. Voila, so I'm proud to present, we have got some new brakes. So guys, we got some new brakes. I've got some Brembo brake pads front and rear, and some front and rear discs as well. And these, I believe, if I just cut these open quickly, bear with me, actually I'll be back in one sec. These are the drilled and grooved, is it drilled and grooved, I think? Yeah, drills and grooved. I think they're the upgraded performance brake discs, and I thought I'd get these, put them on. Yeah, they cost a bit more money, but as I said, I'm trying to make it as best as possible. So what I want to do is go downstairs, put this big box in the car, get this over to my mechanic, my good friend who owns a garage, and he can obviously fit those for me. However, this is not the only thing that will be going on the EP3 in this video. I've actually got one more part, but that part is actually downstairs in the car, and I'm gonna go and show you guys that now. So let me go downstairs to the car, put this in there, and show you guys the other part that I've got for the EP3 to upgrade it. Let's go. Well, I've just carried a big box of brakes, my camera stuff, and my water bottle all at the same time, down 3 flights of stairs because I live on the top floor. Typical. Jesus Christ. I need a little breather. Alright, so just got that box in the boot, and now we can obviously start moving on. Just realised another thing that I need to do on this car. All the tyres are potentially flat, so not the greatest. So I'll be stopping off quickly to try and get some air in those. And yes, the next, flipping out. Every time I come in here, how on earth am I going to be selling an EP3 with a steering wheel like this? Jesus Christ. And that leads me swiftly on and nicely on to my next part that I said I was going to show you that I've bought to upgrade the EP3. And that is indeed a steering wheel. And not just any steering wheel, I've gone and bought a Momo steering wheel. Now, the reason why I got this is because of my plans and what I was actually potentially going to do with the EP3 was I was actually going to make it a Premier Edition. Now, as we know, my car is actually a pre-facelift. All the Premier Editions are obviously the facelift, so I was going to upgrade the steering wheel, obviously buy the Recaro seats, try and get them in there, and in addition do the headlights as well, because I believe the facelifted, not headlights, the side headlights or indicators, they're different. Like, they actually have the indicators on them, but on the pre-facelift they don't. So that was my plan, but obviously now things have changed. Obviously planning on selling it. Jesus Christ, it started to rain as well, so I've got to kind of wrap this segment up of the video and get cracking. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to only do some of those things. Some of those things I won't be doing. The Recaro seats I won't be getting because they cost like 600-700 quid. I can't be putting that sort of money into this car at this moment in time. But yeah, we've got a decent steering wheel, and that's going to be getting on the come on, get your words out. Get put on the car as well in today's video. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and get petrol quickly because this car's actually empty. And yeah, let's try and get the EP3 looking different by the end of this video. Away.
Says, man, you gotta make an effort. Feel like all I do on earth is just say yes, sir. And when I tell people how they make me feel, they treat me like a leper. I put my headphones on, I play my favorite song. I'll go to sleep.
Alright guys, so you join me back in the EP3. We are now done at the garage, at the mechanics, and they have now fitted the new parts. New parts being used, obviously, Momo steering wheel and a full set of performance brake discs and Brembo brake pads. And boy, I've driven this just down the road, and I can tell you that those brakes do make a huge difference. Now I have the full confidence that this car can stop in a short distance. Slam it on the brake pedal. And I know you probably got to ease the brakes in after a while, but I can immediately feel the difference with the brakes. So this was definitely an upgrade well spent, or money well spent on that upgrade. Momo steering wheel, I can tell you that this is like a breath of fresh air. Even though the steering wheel's not obviously in the best state, I got it cheap. I don't know if I told you guys the price. I bought a Facebook Marketplace. Somebody had a spare steering wheel. I think they bought a DC5 and they were looking for another steering wheel. So I got this off them for 60 quid, which is an absolute steal. Yeah, part worn. Yeah, not in the best condition. If you guys know anybody out there as well that can actually recondition this or make it a bit newer, yeah, please, or make it look a bit more fresh, because there is a bit of a color difference between my airbag and the actual steering wheel. But hey ho, I mean, this car is almost next year will make this car 20 years old. Jesus Christ, this car will literally be 20 years old. 20 years old next year, which is absolutely mad. I'm making sure that the camera's actually not shaking as much for you guys, because of recent, I know, especially in the EP3 as well, this thing can bounce around like a Mercedes. If you guys been watching F1, you know what I mean. But yeah, so to be fair, me doing this, and quite funny enough, me doing this and doing the upgrades and making it nice, you know, I have that thought in the back of my mind, like, you know what, should I keep it? Like with the car being 20 years old next year, it's like a little celebration of the my EP3 being 20 years old and this, that and the other. You know what, why not do something like drive somewhere in Europe, or just go on a little trip hundreds of miles away from you know, all the way sort of down south, or just something. And all these thoughts are creeping in, but I do feel like it is obviously a right time to part ways with it. But I'm sure I will get one in the near future. All I'm gonna say is that this EP3 does feel a lot better, and I'm that much closer to making it, well, it's that much closer to being a decent example, and in addition, negatively, it means that I'm that much closer to obviously selling it, because when I do finish all the relevant work that I want to do to it, it will go up for sale. And that's obviously the bit that I'm just like, oh. We do have some things coming still. We obviously still got a couple of things to do. First and foremost, I've booked it in to go and get something done. I won't disclose everything that I'm doing, but if you guys are interested to see what plans I've still got on the EP3, because obviously this is a project and I'm not yet done, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and obviously hit that like button to obviously help the channel out as well. Where am I going? I'll go left here. Late indications, sorry. Jesus, it is getting hot in here. I need to put that window down. Hopefully there's no wind noise for you guys, but it means that you can probably hear the exhaust a lot better, and the fuel lights actually just come in as well, which isn't the best. I feel like the fuel light always comes on this when I'm driving it. That Scorpio exhaust doesn't do me any favors whatsoever in terms of miles per gallon. Fuel consumption just goes up, but it's worth it because it sounds absolutely amazing. And are you guys for the sound? I know you guys have actually heard the exhaust, but do you guys feel like, is it good? Is it bad? Like, you think, I mean, some exhausts are, you know, some people enjoy the loudness all the time, some people don't. Some people prefer it being sort of stock, and then obviously being able to flick that on and turn it on from time to time. But this is sort of loud 90% of the time, unless you're doing 10 miles or 20, less than 20 miles per hour in like doing 2,000 revs. It's like when I drop down there, it's not as loud. But as soon as I feel it's fun. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that was about it. Next stage of the EP3 is now done. I believe this is part 2 of the project. This little EP3 project series will be about 4 or 5 videos on it. I think from everything that I've got planned, I think I'll do it in about 4 or 5 videos, so not tremendously long, but yeah, I'll split it up into sections, and you know, we can obviously go from there. So in this video, we've obviously done the fitting of the new steering wheel, and I put an image of my old steering wheel. It was absolutely tattered. Somebody was chewing through that. I couldn't, and obviously I put the tape on that for a while, and obviously it didn't help. Sometimes I would have that black sort of paint or ink or whatever it was from the steering wheel on my hands, which wasn't pleasant. So I was like, you know what, I need to buy a new steering wheel. We'll get the steering wheel hopefully in a better condition than what it is. But yeah, I'm happy, very happy, and we move forward on the EP3 to make it class for the new owners in the future. And I think I've touched on why obviously I bought the steering wheel, one, because my other one was absolutely in tatters. But my plan was, I was always going to get a steering wheel, even if I was obviously going to keep it. My plan was to sort of buy all the Prem Edition parts to make it a Prem Edition. This person, yeah, you can go out, you can come on, yeah. Make it a Prem Edition, but obviously that, I didn't mind putting in that money to obviously make it into that. But when I'm selling it, doesn't really make that much sense to be chucking in about another £1,000 in just parts alone to get this to sort of Prem Edition standard. Whereas now I'll probably sell it, and maybe in a year, 2 years, depending on where I am, I can then obviously go on the market and try and get a Prem Edition. And if I do ever buy an EP3 in the future, best know it will be a Prem Edition, because I'll be going for the best one I can find for the budget that I have at that present time. So yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope this camera isn't shaking too bad. Apologies if it did. It looks like it's all right, so it should be all right. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Trust me as well, these brakes, if you're umming and ahhing about changing your brakes, these brakes I bought off eBay. They're not branded, obviously the pads are branded, but the actual discs, I don't know if they're branded. I just saw some drilled and grooved performance brake discs. I was like, whole set cost me 154 quid to be exact, for front and rear, so all four of them plus the Brembo brake pads, which to me wasn't too much. The price I paid to get all of this fitted, so I paid £80 to my friend who owns a garage to obviously fit the brakes for me, front and rear, just labour only, and to fit the steering wheel he just charged me 20 quid, so 100 quid in terms of labour for everything that we've done in this video. So yeah guys, you guys tell me down below what you guys think of how the EP3 is looking, and you guys let me know as well if you have any suggestions. I would say, I know I've got everything planned out about what I want to do, and obviously the project's sort of planned out already, but if you guys have any ideas of, you know what, I think this would make your EP3 better, or you guys have done things to your EP3 that you feel like, you know, this might change certain characteristics of how it drives, maybe how it looks. In terms of how it looks, I don't know if I will put any parts on it so far, because I want to make it as stock as possible for the next owner to obviously play with it how they want. I obviously the only thing I've really put on is the exhaust, but I didn't have a stock exhaust with the car, so that's sort of understandable. But yeah, you guys drop your suggestions below and I'll see, and I might add some stuff to my existing sort of plan for the project moving forward. But without further ado guys, I'm going to shut up and stop waffling on. As always, appreciate the support. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned for more content to come as always. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you want to see more of, you know, well, obviously one, the project, and two, some more Honda content and any car content, don't hesitate to obviously subscribe as well, because I'm sure I'll have some content coming out for you. But as always guys, appreciate the support, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Mate, if you ain't getting this one, then this one's for you.